What is up, YouTube? Skiz1 here. Welcome to episode 21, I guess is what we're on, of Sticker Sesh Saturdays here, which occasionally is Sticker Sesh Sundays. Today we're doing it on Saturday, though. And it's been a little while, so, you know, I've got plenty of stuff to show you guys today. For any of you guys who are new here, what usually happens on Sticker Sesh Saturdays is we look at some of the stuff I've done recently. Then after that, we get into actually doing some slaps, making some slaps, all that sort of thing. So, give you guys a second to filter in here, see who's in the chat. Of course, Smit's here. What's going on, Smit? Good to see you. So, I'll start off. If you follow my Instagram, you've seen these, but I know, Wave, you're not in this chat because where you live, it's the middle of the night. But these are two collabs I'm doing with Wave. Oh, let me just see if I can... Okay, at least it's showing right. Okay, sorry, technical issues. Anyway, this is a collab I'm doing with Wave. So, yeah, that's his part. He sent his slaps. He's all the way in Australia. I had very limited color selection to choose from with these collabs. But I managed to do that one. That one's going to be, I think, going back to him. So that one's pretty dope. And I also did this one with him. So yeah, he's all the way in Australia, I'm over here in Canada. I have owed him a pack for a few months now, so I apologize, Wave, if you see this, that I've been so slow to get my stuff going. That being said, I'm not really doing any trades right now or anything. Just to be clear. Who else we got today? Walross, what's going on? Hootista, what's up? Yeah, so since we're on the topic of stickers, I've been getting tons of people asking me where they can get my stickers since I'm not trading. Basically, if I'm on live stream here, any super chat over $10 or more, if you super chat me $10 or more and send me your address, I will send you 50 stickers. There'll be throws, tags, full pieces in there. They'll just be 50 stickers, basically. Or you can just PayPal me the $10 as well, in which case just contact me. But I have done a few stickers recently. I'll show you them now. Just some small stuff. I want to get a lot of throwies made up today. Smith, I'm doing okay. I'm going a little stir crazy. Not, we're obviously probably with most of the rest of North America and Europe. Where I am, I've been told, well, our government has told us, don't go outside unnecessarily, pretty much. So, I don't know. I've been getting more work done, which is good. But it's a drag a little bit, and it sucks not being able to go to the gym, that sort of stuff. And yeah. Hermione, what's going on? Hootista, that sounds good. So, as you can see here, guys, I did a ton of different throws. And yeah, that's... Gonna be doing a few more of those today. Yeah, a lot of these are just sort of experimental kind of little style. So those are those. Anyway. So I have... This is pretty much all the stickers I have right now. Not too many, there might be 50 here. But basically, I just haven't had to get any in a long time. So I'm running a little bit low. But hey, we have enough to do an episode here today, so that's what we're going to do. Recently I've traveled, not traveled, but I mean from school back home. my school, along with most, I think all the other universities in Canada, basically said, get the fuck out of here, go home. And I guess we're doing online classes or some bullshit. But yeah, so all my markers are stuffed in this nice transport style bag. And that's what we're doing. But yeah, let me know how the free time has been treating you guys recently. I've been luckily, you guys have seen me upload a little bit more. I've been using the extra free time to do that sort of thing. And it's it's not been too bad for me yet. I hope everyone's doing okay. Obviously, we're sort of in a not normal situation at the moment for most of the world. Hermione flying soon back to Beijing because now it's safe to go back. Yeah, I've heard that China's doing a lot better. So that's good, especially because like for me in North America right now, and them being like, oh, this could last several months and whatever. It's nice to hear that China sort of got it under control in sort of basically a few weeks. So I'm hoping if they did that, then our North American governments, wherever you guys are, or in Europe, hopefully our governments around the world can sort of have the same timeline to make everything safe again. Yeah, so good luck with that, Hermione. But in the meantime, I am more than enjoying having extra time to sketch and do that sort of thing. I'm taking full advantage of it because I have not had the time in the past few months, we'll say. If anyone's wondering, there's always someone wondering, I'm using the Copic sketch markers, or Copic, however you guys want to say it, right now for this kind of stuff. So these are the brush tip ones, brush tip and chisel tip. I find them pretty dope. So yeah, I've been using them for quite a while now. Sayon, what's up? Juan, yeah, long time no see, you're right. Yep, say it's been a while since I've streamed. This time it's totally my fault. But yeah, like I've been saying, we'll have a little more time in the next little while to do some streams. And yeah, finished editing a video yesterday, was going to upload that today to go live tomorrow, I think. So, or maybe Monday, I don't know. One or the other. So yeah, look out in the next couple days for that video coming out too. But yeah. One of the things I like about these brush markers, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, is that you can get this nice sort of streaky look. And to me that sort of, it's like it's simulating sort of like a spray paint pattern that you would put in a throwy anyway, which is sort of nice. But yeah, that's what's nice about them. One of the many things that is nice about these markers. Later today, one thing I'm going to try and get done too is there's a sketch competition going on, run by Montana Colors. So I'm going to try and do an entry for that. It's based on votes, so I mean, I'll post it on my Instagram when it's done and let people know if they want to go vote for it, where they can do that. But yeah, I guess they're... Oh, I totally fucked this up. Dude, what did I do? Oh, I totally screwed it up. Wasn't even paying attention. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I'll post the entry that I do whenever I do it. Yeah. I obviously lost my trail of thought there. Yeah, Hermione, exactly. That's one of my friends. When this whole thing sort of started, he was in Morocco. So, of course, our government sort of mandated everyone to come home. And luckily, he was able to come home. He didn't have any problems with like flights being canceled or that sort of thing. But of course, when he got back, he's being told you gotta do like 2 weeks, 14 days of quarantine. So that's what he's been doing. I think he's pretty bored at this point, but yeah, for people like us who just want to sketch and paint, that's not a big deal at all. I saw a funny post on Instagram the other day. It was like 14 days, could you do a 14-day self-quarantine? And then it had two people like laughing hysterically about it. I think Bombing Science posted it, but and then above each of them it said like artists, designers, because obviously for us that's not really an issue. I thought that was funny. I don't know if anyone else appreciated me putting it on my story, but it was fun. Just trying to keep the background of these things sort of simple. I know I'm doing just throws, so I don't really want to overcomplicate them. It's not what throwies are about. I recently finished that sketchbook that you guys, if you've been here before, have seen me use on our Wildstyle Wednesday episodes. It's totally done now. I'm super stoked about that. So I'm going to be showing that in a video soon as well. That's literally the first time, I think, ever that I have done a sketchbook front to back and filled it with stuff that's actually like me trying a little bit. So that was nice. Alright. I'm gonna try and do a different sort of color combo for every single one of these. Maybe we'll even do some 2-color fills. Break the rules that people like to say throwies need to be. Everyone's always like, 2 colors only on a throw. Nah, I do what I want. I remember at one point I posted on my channel, like way long ago, a video called like how to do a graffiti throwy. And I used, what did I do? Well, what I did was I used a brown, I did like a yellow like this, and then I filled it in, or no, then I did the outline in like a brown. Dope color combo. I was happy with it. But I got all kinds of people commenting and being like, oh no, you can't do that, the throwy has to be 2 colors. I'm like, are you kidding me? Grow up. And, well, no, that wasn't the problem. The problem was they're like, oh, it has to be black and white, first of all. That was their first complaint. And also they were mad because I added white highlights. So, like, I'll add highlights on this one. Like, excluding the background, this one's 2 colors also. Where do I have it? Gotta get this to work, sorry. But they're mad because I added, like, you know, white highlights like this in it. And they're like, oh, a throwy should be 2 colors, you can't add white highlights like that. And I'm like, no. When you get people like that, just too concerned about, like, dumb rules in graph, that's not those aren't the people you want to be taking advice from. You should be concerned more about, like, rules that suggest, you know, like color theory and stuff like that. You should abide by those rules, not rules that are arbitrarily made by people who haven't been in the game long enough to be making them. What do you find about docks? What is a dock? That's my first question to you, Smith. Hey, Nivio, what's up? We just chilling here doing some throwies right now. Yeah, let me know what a dock is. Unless I'm just being stupid and I should know. Which is probably the case, to be honest. It's usually the case. Alright. Gonna do this a bit of a different fill-in color here. Throwing in some blue with it. Ooh, that's a heavy blue. Hopefully that works out okay. This blue looks a lot lighter on the color indicator. That's one thing I don't like about these Copics. Oh, fuck. That was not how that was supposed to go. Oh, well. A doc is a good graffiti article. Okay. The only real, like, experiences I have with, like, any kind of graph articles at all are just sort of... The only, like, forums I've ever gone on, are, like, the bombing science ones. And, you know, they put out some good stuff, every now and then. I've never really paid too much attention to graph articles in general, or any, like, not a lot of, like, informational stuff on graph, because to me, like, that's always something I've gone out and sort of, like, I've seeked it out myself anyway, too, like, when I want information about a specific aspect of graph. So I'm sure a lot of them have super good info and stuff, and I'm sure a lot of it's sort of accurate. I wouldn't really know what stuff to specifically be looking at, though, to find super accurate info. I like to think generally the stuff in my videos is pretty accurate, but it depends on the topic you're trying to look for, too. Oh, I know Duz, yeah. Duz is always, he's a powerhouse in graph. It's funny, because he's still, like, pretty much considered graph, but what he does nowadays is more just, like, fine art. Like, in every way, it's should be considered more like fine art than graph. But he's still, and the only reason I say it's funny is because, like, most people, when they switch from doing, like, heavy bombing and stuff like that to making sketchbooks and doing brushwork on walls and stuff like that, most people would get a lot of hate Whereas Does is, I think because he's just so goddamn good at what he does, he goes and does that and nobody has any complaints about it, which is good. I wish it was that way for everyone. Yeah, no, it's always been funny to me though about how what he does essentially isn't even really graph anymore, and no one really has anything negative to say. Which is nice for once, because people always seem to have a lot of negative stuff to say. Gotta make this fill look a little better here. The fade didn't work, so I gotta add some other elements to it. It's okay. Everything's an experiment. You guys know what I say. Alright. Yeah. What do I want as a background here? I try and get away from doing like the same old, like, on this. That's my typical sort of stuff I do in the background, and I try and... I feel like I do that way too much, you know? So I try and... At least I have been trying to not do that lately. Don't know if I've been succeeding with that or not, but... It's always good to sort of step out of your comfort zone, try some different sort of stuff when it comes to an area that you're always sort of doing the same thing in. It's good to try new stuff even if it doesn't work out. That's how you'll progress. Damn, you know what I forgot? I forgot to get my coffee. Isn't that sad? I'm pretty sad about it. Let me just fix the camera here a little bit. Tell me if the angle here is good for you guys. If I gotta change the cam at all. Well, and you know what, not too much. I'm, like I said, you know, just taking full advantage of the extra time that I seem to have right now. When I say extra time, I should be doing more actual schoolwork than I am, but it's sort of hard to feel like you're in school when they're just like, okay, do online classes. It's like, okay, I'll get on that. Yeah, so I'm just at home right now, pretty much, and had so much time to edit videos. I'm sort of actually, like, finally, for the first time in months, caught up, almost. I shouldn't say that, almost caught up, though, on videos I need to edit to get put out. And then from there, I'll actually be able to start filming some more new stuff, which I haven't been able to do in ages, so that's nice. Not being able to go to the gym is driving me crazy, though. Because, like, this is probably the first time in, like, years that I'm sort of forced to take, like, any kind of break from working out. So I've been trying to do like go on some bike rides and stuff like that, but it's not the same kind of physical work. So it's a little just feels like I'm not doing anything physical every single day. But yeah, what's new with you guys? Yeah, it's super funny. I've been looking on my channel analytics recently, and basically what's been happening is that like right now, of course, the Italian government pretty much has everyone shut down, so they can't really go anywhere, it can't go outside. And on my channel analytics, my views from specifically Italy have gone like through the roof. So it's really funny. And I mean the rest of my channel too is getting way more views than it usually is. So if you're a YouTuber, now is a great time to be making content for people. I will say that for sure, because people have the time to watch it right now, and people are definitely bored enough to give a lot of new content a chance. So that's my advice if you're a YouTuber at the moment. Yeah, Smith starting a YouTube. Good on you, Smith. Now is a real good time to do it. Oh, Juan, that sucks, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. Seems like a lot of people are losing their jobs too right now, though, because of a lot of the, you know, the quarantine stuff and all that. So you are not alone, I will tell you that. Yeah, Nivio, exactly. Like, for me, online classes, that's happening for me too. The gym, I can't get over how I just can't, like, I have nowhere to work out. To me, that's the weirdest thing. Yeah, I haven't skateboarded in years, though. I should, I don't know, maybe I should get back into that. What do you guys think about that? I was never very good at skateboarding, though. I could do some basic stuff, like I could, like, ollie onto a grinding rail and do a small grind, but, like, I wasn't doing anything fancy, that's for sure. Keep forgetting to do the highlights. Trying to keep my area here a little bit organized, at least, for once. Yeah, exactly, Nivio. Like, most of it is just, like, I need something to do that's not sitting inside. like, I mean, when I'm sketching and stuff, that's all fine, but you can only, like, be in one place for so long. That's the real issue. Definitely nothing fancy going on with any of these stickers so far. It's been a long time since I've actually done any stickers, and I don't really need to because, like, I have so many now, too. So, like, if anyone wants a sticker pack, I just go into my sticker reserves, and I'm like, yep, here you go. But, I mean, I like to make some new ones, so... Maybe I'll try and do a bit of a bigger one now. I found the other day some, what are they called? Some eggshell stickers that I have. And I was excited for that, but then I forgot them when I, came back home. So, they're at my apartment right now. Oh well. Sucks to suck, I guess. Alright, what are we doing with this one? I got it later for my entry for the Montana contest. I gotta do something good, because, like, some of the entries already are pretty damn good, so... You know, gotta be, at least trying to be competitive. Get a bit of a decent chance to win. You know, the worst thing is when you're, like, doing a contest entry and you're, like, not even done and you already feel like you've lost just because you can tell there's other entries, like, you've seen the other entries. It's probably a good habit to not look at other entries until you're done your piece. Nivio, I might do that. We'll see. We'll see. I'm actually doing an eye on this one for once. I've been doing the E's lately instead of the I. E is just it's so much more of a better letter, you know? Like... Not even doing a fill-in. know I said I was going to do something complicated. Clearly this was not it. The other day we hit 4,800 subscribers on the channel. I guess I should be thanking all of you specifically for that, because you guys are the awesome active, you know, members of the channel. So thank you guys for that. Obviously we got tons more videos coming in the next little while. Alright, we're trying the ridiculousness that Nivio wants here. Just for fun. Just gonna straight up do it. Letter for letter, exactly what he wants here. This is not gonna be pretty, but I don't give a damn today. Oh my god, one oneer, okay. Okay, is a oneer, got it. I'm gonna run out of space, I'm gonna need more sticker. INE. INE oneer one. Okay, got it. Got it. It's happening. Dude, I gotta do another sticker for the last two oneers. Oh my god. This is so confusing. 1 or 1. Okay, got it. It's happening. Just a little delay there. Oh, don't worry, we got the extensions, Nivio. Even doing some of those shitty fake drips. Nice. I don't know how that went. I'm gonna throw that one in the next sticker pack I send out to someone. That's insane. Those always turn out better when I do them on a wall rather than with a marker. Those one-liners I do. Dude, don't even start. With a piece? Hell no. Oh. Yeah, some new colors out here though. Definitely after the stream, I'm getting some coffee though. I meant to do it for the stream, so I could be sipping on that coffee while I was streaming, but I forgot. It's all I can think about now. That's probably bad. That probably means I'm incredibly addicted to it, but whatever. As far as addictions go, coffee is probably one of the least harmful things you can be addicted to. I have been trying to drink less coffee though, since I now don't have to be up early to go anywhere with this whole quarantine business. Or social distancing, or whatever you want to call it. So, I don't know. I had a cup yesterday, actually. Just one, though. Just one cup. And before that, it had been 2 days since I had any. So I'm actually legitimately having a hell of a lot less coffee. Smith asks, have you ever been in a crew? Not like a proper crew. I used to, like, when I was super young, I would get asked to be in, like, you know, some of those online crews and all that, which is fine. I did a couple of those, but I mean, like, they don't really, to me, they're sort of pointless. Like, if you're gonna be in a crew, it should be a crew that's able to help you, like, pull off big pieces and, like, whole cars and stuff. Not just trade your stickers back and forth so you can put them up on, you know, like, turf you wouldn't normally be able to have access to because it's too far. So, like, I don't know. I've never really liked the whole online crew thing. But, you know, for, like, when I was a lot younger, it was a fun thing to do, I guess. But especially now with, like, I stopped trading several years ago at this point, largely, and, like, one of the things, especially with the online crews, just the only thing they're good for is, like, you know, if you want to trade stickers and do collabs back and forth, and that just costs you money, to be honest. It's fine if you like that sort of thing, and I mean, it's fun, but, like, after a while, I just got tired of spending money on, like, just, you know, stuff that essentially wasn't getting me anywhere. Doesn't get you any publicity either. Like, you don't really reach a wider audience online. It's not like a proper collab or anything like that. So, I don't know. I guess the answer to your question is not a real one. Because I don't really consider the online ones to be anywhere close to real ones. Nivio is asking, are Sharpie paint markers usable? To be honest, I like them. Like, this one's like a 4mm one. It's one of the only ones I have. But, I've used it for, like, pieces and stuff on canvases. And the paint quality seems to be just fine. The nibs hold up super goddamn well, I will say that. As with any paint markers, I sort of feel like the smaller sizes where you get into, like, the fine liners with the plastic tips, they don't really flow very well. But, I mean, that's even the same thing with, like, Molotow ones, so for the most part, yeah, the Sharpie ones are pretty good, like, better than you would expect, I would think. Yeah, they're not a bad buy. They're cheap enough, too. You know, I have a couple, of the super big, like, chisel tip mops. Like, I have, a couple, like, chisel tip ones like this that are actually Sharpies. So that's cool. They work okay as well. I don't think their ink is anything special, and I don't think it's, like, anything super permanent. So I wouldn't exactly say they're the highest quality in general for that sort of thing, but yeah, they work just fine for, like, canvases, sketching. Usually I don't use Sharpies for, like, black book work. That's just because I find that they don't really mesh well with a lot of other markers. They sort of give you some weird effects on paper when you try and use them with, like, other marker brands, like, you know, like Copic markers or, you know, like the Iron Lac sketch markers, any of that. So, I don't know. Like, my style has always been, I use, clearly, like, as you guys can see here, I have, you know, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 8 different kinds of markers right in front of me on this desk. I've always been the type of person that uses a hell of a lot of markers, like different kinds of markers and stuff. So like if Sharpies don't mesh well with a lot of other markers, I wouldn't use them. So of course the paint markers are fine, but the sketch ones are not really my favorite. Smith is asking, what do your parents think about you doing graffiti? Depends on what you mean by that. Generally, they're pretty supportive. I wouldn't really want to have a conversation with them about, like, my views on illegal graph or anything like that, because I think they'd be a lot different than mine. I think their views would be a lot different than mine on the subject. And I think it's sort of like a conversation that doesn't really need to happen, so I'll leave it at that, I guess. I don't know, it's always a tough relationship, isn't it? Like with I imagine between like a graph writer and parental figures, because, you know, like the illegal scene is obviously one that can be dangerous in terms of like can have an impact on what you're able to do with your life and that sort of thing. The jobs you're able to get if you're not careful, that sort of thing. Also, I mean, train tracks themselves are dangerous if you're doing that kind of stuff. So it's always a difficult thing, yeah. Oh, yeah, Juan, that's an awesome idea, actually. So Juan, you're saying you use the Sharpie paints, and then when they run out, you replace them with better ink. That's true. No, that's a good idea, especially since I just mentioned the nibs I've found they work great. They don't really, like, fray very much. So yeah, the nibs are definitely gonna last through the first round of ink. So it's good to refill them with something better. That's one thing I find with the Molotovs, actually. They do not, like, the nibs I find are pretty trash on Molotov markers. And the more paint markers I try, the less I like the Molotov ones, just because, like, honestly, I'm honestly finding they're inferior in a lot of ways compared to, like, I mean, these Posca uni markers, I hadn't tried those before a couple months ago. Love them. Think they're great markers. But yeah, the more paint markers I try, the less impressed with Molotov I end up being, to be perfectly honest. It sucks, but I don't know. Especially just because, you know, Molotov ones cost so much, so you expect them to just be fine and not have any problems is the main thing, but I don't know. But they always look like they're working way better than they ever work for me when I see them being used in videos and stuff. But, like, come on, if I use other paint markers and they work, then the Molotov one should work too. I clearly know how to use a paint marker if I'm able to use other brands of paint markers and they work. So to me, I don't know, the Molotov ones, they're just, sometimes, you know? Yeah, I don't know, like, I used to live by them, but that's just because they were the only ones I had tried. They were supposed to be the high quality ones, and I just haven't got the results over the years with them. Especially with like the opacity of them too. Like, you can't cover anything with a white Molotov. And to be honest, like, a lot of the times the paint starts mixing with whatever other color I'm using, and then it's like a shitty color white anyway. So I don't know. Like, I haven't, at this point, it's been 2-3 years since I bought any Molotov markers. And I don't know, like next time I need like a bulk amount of Molotovs, or not Molotovs, of paint markers in general, I'm probably gonna try and look real hard at like, I don't know, I might try give the Iron Lac ones a try or something like that, or maybe the Uni ones. Because, you know, markers aren't cheap. Like, right here, I have $1,000 worth of markers in front of me right there. Those are ones that I use on a daily basis, right? Like, that's sort of like your daily operating costs if you want to put it in, like, business terms. So... But I mean, I should also say, at the end of the day, you can make really good stuff with any kind of marker, as long as you have the skill and the familiarity with the marker. So as much as it's important to get good markers, for me it's more of a like cost factor. Like, I want good value for a marker, because I will be able to adapt to using different markers and that sort of thing. So that's not as much of a problem. You just got to put in the effort to, you know, figure out the little quirks of whatever kind of marker you're using. Alright, so we're getting, I'm almost out of time here. Got like 3 minutes left. If you want your name up, I know it's been a long time since I've gotten to do this for you guys. If you want your name up, throw it in the chat right now. I'll put your name up on the back of some of these stickers here, just so I know which stickers. I like doing them on the back, just so I know which stickers I did on stream and who was there for that. Sort of a nice way to, you know, honor you guys, say thanks a little bit. So yeah, if you want your name up before I sign off, throw it in the chat. Iron Lac has cheap refillable ink. Okay. Yeah, I've always found the Iron Lac colors to be like super, like they have a good color range and they're all super nice colors too. So yeah, I'd definitely give them a try if they're cheap. All right, we got Smit. As usual, I'm trying random sort of tag styles with these, so they could turn out, they could not. Don't hate me. Stoep. It's an interesting one. We got Smit, we got Stoep, BMO, obviously. Yours is always giving me trouble. Try vertical style for that one this time. Nice. I think you guys are about the only people in here right now, so that's probably where the names are gonna stop, but that's last call if anyone wants their name up. But yeah, so thank you, Smit, and Stoep and BMO for tuning in, aka Juan and Nivio and Smit. So yeah, let's give you guys one last look at all these. Ooh, we got another request for Nib, okay. or NLB. Let me just run through these real quick. I don't know if that's nib or NLB. Unless you were just trying to say nice. Thank you. But yeah, so, you know, being that I'm stuck here at home and sort of the same situation with you guys, I assume, might see some more streams coming in the next little bit. You'll definitely see some more uploads. And, you know, thanks for tuning in, guys. I always appreciate our little community here, how we get to chat, all that kind of thing. Till my next one, though, peace.